Check this out. Hold on.
Okay, again, I'm gonna make...
So, dude, I'm not a confrontational person. Like, I appreciate this comment. Pretty weak argument, presented exceptionally poorly. With a healthy dose of arrogance, in my opinion. Well, I'm really not very an arrogant person, but thank you for saying you agree with me. But it would be helpful if you can tell me what's poor about it, or you think it was poor. That would be helpful. I appreciate the criticism. So let's see. I think my point comes across fine. If you say Matthew 22 is teaching that Abraham isn't dead, but you believe Jesus died, that's inconsistent, right? So if you say Jesus was dead while he was outside of his body, why would you argue that Abraham isn't dead in Matthew 22 when Abraham would be in the same condition Jesus was during his death for 3 days? And then you start to realize that should open your eyes to see why you're not getting it. So, I mean, I'm not telling people what to believe. I'm showing them that what they insist on, what the Bible's saying, is probably wrong because the Bible's not inconsistent. See? So, I mean, as what I've learned is that people aren't going to change their minds when you show them what a text is saying if they have certain presuppositions. So I'm trying to take... It's why it's an internal critique. So if you don't mind, tell me why the argument is poor or what I'm missing. It'd be more helpful. This person says focus on being a better Christian rather than putting a far better Christian down. How do you know how good of a Christian I am, bro? You're a fanboy. Like, get a job. 8 people thumbed up that? Fanboy, look out. Incoming mob. Sam is a horrible Christian, in my opinion. He doesn't have, he's not converted. I agree with a lot of what Sam says. I just think he's a jerk. A lot more of a jerk than I am. But I guess, whatever. And yeah, I know he critiqued, like this verse, this comment. He critiques the Quran. You are so wrong. That's the joke. I think, based on the internal critique that I made in the video that you're commenting on, the idea is that ultimately you could interpret what he's saying as being compatible with what the Quran says. He doesn't think Jesus actually died. That's the joke. That's the point. I don't think Sam thinks Jesus didn't die. I just think he doesn't know what he's talking about when he talks about death. And I tried to demonstrate that by showing you that if you're going to argue that Abraham isn't dead, then you're arguing that Jesus didn't really die. And that kind of undermines the Christian faith. And so it's like the Quran saying, it's made to appear that he died, but no one really dies because Abraham's not dead, he's alive. And Abraham's in the same condition Jesus was in while he was dead during the 3 days, according to an internal critique of Sam's view and most Christians' view, which I think is inconsistent and not tenable, untenable, unless you want Bible writers like Matthew and or if you want the gospel writers to have different ideas about what life and death is in such a way that it undermines the very foundation of the faith, namely that Jesus died or not, right? He did die. But if you argue that way, oh, Matthew 22 teaches that Abraham's not really dead. Well, then Jesus wasn't really dead. Well, he's supposed to be dead for 3 days. If that's true, then what the Quran is saying is true. It was only made to appear that he died. That's the point. So look, please don't post on YouTube if you're confused, dude. See, you've given up your sense making because you have daddy issues, and Sam Shamoun fills that role for you. It's actually embarrassing, by the way, but good luck with that.